weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Weird Science Comics YouTube channel, where I'm going to review The Vigil #1, written by Ram V, art by Lalit, Kumar, Sharma, colors by Beredo, and letters by Dave Sharpe. Before we get started, I will remind or tell everyone that I am not the biggest Ram V fan out there. I do recognize that he's a fine writer, but his style just doesn't click with me and my crazy brain. So if you're watching Ram, it's me, not you. Now, there is a reason I'm mentioning this, and that'll become clear as we jump into the review right after I ask everyone to subscribe to the channel, like the video, enable the notifications, and let me know what you thought of The Vigil #1 in the comments below. So, the reason I mentioned that I'm not a big Ram V fan was to surprise you all with how much I enjoyed this first issue of The Vigil. Like Spirit World, I had little to no expectations going in, especially because I really didn't like that intro story we got in Lazarus Planet Next Evolution. Now, maybe really didn't like isn't the best description, because after reading Next Evolution, I had no idea whatsoever what was going on in the book, and I had no idea what was going on with the characters. But now I do, and I want more. The Vigil are a covert metahuman ops team surrounded by mystery and intrigue. After setting up this issue's mission, we get a changing of the guard, which allows Miss Saha to become our point-of-view character. It's not a new or unique way to set up a book like this, but it is effective as we learn about the team through her in a natural way. The reason I was disappointed in the Next Evolution story is that by the end, I had no grip on the Vigil members or why I should even care about them. Now, thankfully, Ram V gives me really all I need here. And while there are still characters that need fleshing out, I really liked what we got from the characters Dodge, Castle, Saya. Now, as far as the mission goes, the team is sent to take down some terrorists who have hijacked a boat and are demanding a ransom for the return of the crew. Again, somewhat basic stuff on the surface, but it allows Ram V to play with the under-the-surface stuff this Vigil team will be involved with, and that is always cool. Ram V also makes it seem a bit dangerous, and way more dangerous than what we usually get at DC. It appears this team is willing, maybe even eager to kill, and that really gives the whole thing a you don't know what will happen next kind of vibe. And again, that's not something that we get a lot of times at DC. The first issue gave me some major Grant Morrison Doom Patrol vibes, and fans of stuff like Secret Six or The Authority should be right at home with this book. While this is more of a We Are Legends book, it has a good Dawn of DC feel. It feels like a good mix of some classic concepts, but with a fresh setting and characters that could set it apart as its own cool thing. The art is good throughout, and like I said as I was going through this, Ram V does use very basic setups. He gives you some basic things so that then he can explain everything properly and then give you that little extra, and I think the art plays out like that as well. I'm not throwing any shade at the art by saying that I liked it because of how uncomplicated and straightforward it was. I could see what was going on. You let the story and the characters wow the, reader. You don't have to do that every single panel. I really did appreciate that. And if you are a fan of Ram V, I'm sure you are already going to check this book out. If you aren't, I still think you should check it out. There aren't a lot of covert ops type books at DC right now. I kind of blame Brian Michael Bendis and that whole Leviathan nonsense. Who knows what's going on with half of any sort of ops things going on or those sus organizations we usually get. But again, the danger of this, there's that feel. You don't quite know where this team lies. Who are their allies? Who do they consider their friends and enemies? And that's really, really cool. And I'm looking to find out just what that is, and that's the intrigue of it. Now, I do think that you should check it out, though, because I'm not a Ram V fan, but yet I really, really like this, and I think he might have a bit of a winner on his hands here if enough people end up doing it. I know that a lot of people have already been clapping back against this We Are Legends thing, but seriously, after Spirit World and then this, I am so impressed with it that I'm even going to give City Boy a chance. I was always going to give it a chance, but that City Boy to me was the one that was the real tough sell. So we'll see. Maybe we'll go 3 for 3 with all of this if City Boy really hits when that comes out. But this did hit for me. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. And I hope to hear what everyone else thought of it in the comments below. So let me know what you did think about The Vigil #1. I mentioned this occasionally. I'll mention it more and more. But The Vigil, it'll be one of those books when we get to our regular podcast, we will dive a little deeper into it. We'll go into the particulars and talk about it. And you could also end up finding out if my man Eric Shea is a fan just like I am. So I'm looking forward to hear from him as well. So thanks, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this review. And with that, check you out later.
You are all weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.